my channel. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much for engaging with me, for feeling comfortable enough to ask me questions, email me, to share your stories with me. Very grateful. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. This is only the beginning. I can't wait to see how my channel grows over time. So again, thank you so much to everybody who watches my videos, everybody that's subscribed to me right now, everyone that's reaching out to me as we speak. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to score well on your ASVAB and pass on the first try. So first we're going to get into what my scores were on the ASVAB. So when I took the ASVAB, I took it in like November or December. I can't remember which month it was, but I took it. My overall score was a 66. I got a 42 in mechanical, a 74 admin, a 55 general, and a 67 in electrical. So I know you guys are probably wondering, if you've never taken the ASVAB before, what do these numbers mean? What is all of this category stuff? What is this? So I'm going to tell you. So overall I got a 66. I'm not really sure what that means. I just know that that means I got a 66 out of 99 possible points. But I do know that anything that requires a mechanical score of 42 or below, I qualify for. Anything that requires a general score of 55 or below, I qualify for it. Anything with an admin score of 74 and below, I would qualify for it. Anything with an electrical score of 67 and below, I qualify for it. So essentially those numbers just mean, you know, you either qualify or you don't. So the next topic I want to hit is, how did I manage to score well to where I didn't have to take it again? So basically I just made sure that I was focused on what I wanted to focus on, if that makes sense. I personally want a medical job in the military. Medical or admin for now. So I just made sure that I focused on the things that I struggled with the most and the things that I really wanted. So me personally, I wanted a medical job going into the military. So what I did was I focused on the general knowledge questions. I focused on math a lot to make sure that I qualified for what I wanted. So mechanical and electrical weren't the things that I were really focused on, even though I managed to score pretty decent in electrical. I did make sure that I at least touched a little on each of those, because I didn't want to just go in and completely fail them, because Lord only knows what they probably would have done or tried to do to me if I did. So cover all your bases, but whatever you want to exceed, whatever you want to excel in, I would focus more on that, because that's what I did. So I have 4 websites that I use consistently in order to prepare myself mentally for problem solving and assessing different questions, how to look at a question and immediately know how to solve it. The first one I used was fortest.com, and that was by far my favorite one out of the whole set of things I used. Fortest was a website that allowed me to go into, you know, general knowledge, mathematics, science, comprehension, and reading, and pick what I wanted to study that day, and it gave me a different set of questions. I think each category had 3 sets of questions that were pretty long, so they provided me with a variety to go through and make decisions based off of what I wanted to learn. The next 3 are pretty generic in the sense that when you go on them, they will have basically a mock ASVAB test, and you can go up there and take it. And not to say that it's less helpful, but if you're using the method that I used and you're trying to pinpoint certain things, it's not going to be as effective to me. That's what I think. So those websites are ASVAB Practice Test Online, ASVABMilitaryTest.com, and Study.com. And the last thing I have for you guys is an app. The app I used was called ASVAB Practice 2019. This app was something I used towards the end, really only on the week before and the week of my ASVAB test. I used it to kind of test my knowledge when I was away from home. So like if I was in the car or something and I wanted to practice, I just get on my phone and I would do the little questions. And it's not something I would use to study. Like this is not something you want to just use alone. I would use it in collaboration with other things because the app has more generic questions like the last one. Like, they will give you a set of questions and that's the only set of questions that you get, and there's only like 16 questions. So I would just use it to test my knowledge. My recommendations for the week of testing and the day of testing are to make sure that you drink lots of water on test day. Drink lots of water on test day, and use the bathroom before you enter the testing area, or MEPS really. I would drink lots of water that morning, you know, be able to pee and then go into testing. You don't want to go into testing hungry or thirsty because you'll be antsy and you'll want to get up. It's a time test. You don't want to waste time. Also wear a sweater because I don't know about you guys' MEPS, but my MEPS is cold. Fort Lee is so cold. It is freezing in there. I always wear a sweater when I go to MEPS. I couldn't imagine going in there with a t-shirt on. The next recommendation is to sleep. Get some sleep the night before. Me personally, I did not eat because I was fasting during the time before I went to MEPS because I wanted to, you know, have a certain type of covering when I went into my testing and when I went into my physical. So yeah, if you plan to eat that day, I would definitely eat something that's going to carry you through, not something like junk food or lots of candy or lots of snacks, not anything too sugary. You don't want to fall asleep during testing. That's the last thing you want to do because I'm pretty sure they're going to kick you out. I would not cram. I suggest not cramming before the ASVAB. It's one of those tests where you're going to be nervous. This is a test to, you know, kind of solidify your future. You don't want to go in there and just be flustered. You want to make sure that your mind is pretty clear. So those are just, you know, basic testing strategies. So I mean, yeah, if you know how to test, you know how to test. If you don't, you don't. Take my recommendations and use them because it will help you. I'm trying to tell you, it will help you. Also, I did want to include this in here. This is not something I personally use, but I will suggest using the ASVAB for Dummies book only because I have seen so many videos. I have heard so much about this book. I've actually seen people with the book, and for me, I felt like the book wasn't a good idea because I have to write down things several times in order to really, you know, get it in my brain. So I couldn't imagine trying to write down a book this thick. I definitely suggest it to people who work well out of books, but for this particular test, I didn't feel the ASVAB for Dummies book would help me the way that I wanted it to. So that's all I have for you guys today. I just want to say thank you again for all of your support so far. I cannot wait to see how my channel will grow over time. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope that you guys enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys.